Digital hallucinations, how technology is changing our reality. Imagine a world where what you see is not real, what you hear is not true, and what you believe is shaped not by direct experience but by invisible forces working behind the screens you stare at every day. Welcome to the world of digital hallucinations. In today's video, we are going to explore this powerful and unsettling phenomenon, understand how it is reshaping human consciousness, and find ways to stay grounded in a world that is increasingly detached from authentic reality. First, let us understand what the term digital hallucination means. A hallucination, by definition, is a perception in the absence of an external stimulus, a vision, a sound, or a feeling that the mind generates without any real input. Now apply this concept to the digital world. In the age of screens, AI, virtual reality, deepfakes, algorithmic feeds, and hyper-realistic simulations, we are constantly exposed to experiences, information, and images that are not real in the traditional sense but feel real to our brains. This is the age of digital hallucination. Today's social media platforms, news outlets, and entertainment industries create immersive, addictive realities. What you scroll through is not a neutral presentation of the world but a carefully crafted hallucination designed to capture and control your attention. Every click, every like, every comment trains the algorithms to show you what you are most likely to engage with, not what is true, not what is meaningful, but what stimulates you the most. Over time, your online world becomes a distorted mirror, reflecting back not reality, but a personalized dream designed for maximum emotional reaction. Deepfakes are a perfect example. AI-generated videos can now create realistic-looking humans saying things they never said. You could watch a political leader make a shocking statement, or a celebrity endorsing something unethical, and it could be entirely fake, yet indistinguishable from reality. If you believe it, it shapes your emotions, your actions, and your view of the world. But in truth, you are reacting to an illusion. Your brain has been tricked by a digital hallucination. Virtual reality takes it even further. By wearing a VR headset, you can enter environments that look, sound, and feel real. You can climb mountains, swim with whales, or fight dragons, all while sitting in your room. Your senses are convinced that the experience is happening, even though logically you know it is simulated. This shows how easily human perception can be manipulated when digital environments are immersive enough. Even without VR headsets, everyday life is saturated with these effects. Filters on Instagram and Snapchat alter people's appearances, smoothing skin, reshaping features, adding beauty enhancements. The person you admire on social media may not even exist in the form you perceive them. You are falling in love, getting jealous, comparing yourself, not to reality, but to a curated, digitally enhanced fantasy. Moreover, the constant bombardment of information, memes, fake news, clickbait headlines, all contribute to a phenomenon called information hallucination. You are led to believe narratives based on fragmented, exaggerated, or outright fabricated data. Your mind, overwhelmed by the noise, stitches together a version of the world that may be completely different from the one unfolding outside your door. Now let us talk about AI hallucinations. Large language models like me can sometimes produce extremely confident but factually incorrect answers. This is called an AI hallucination. It is not deliberate deception, it is the system generating plausible-sounding content based on patterns it learned, not on real-world verification. Imagine millions of people interacting with AI tools, absorbing slightly twisted or invented facts, and spreading them further. Reality itself becomes more fluid, more negotiable, more fragile. The more time we spend immersed in digital realities, the more our brains adapt to them. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, means that sustained exposure to artificial environments can reshape how we perceive the world. Studies have shown that heavy social media users develop shorter attention spans, greater anxiety, and more distorted body images. Gamers who spend extensive time in virtual worlds sometimes experience a phenomenon called reality confusion, where the boundaries between game logic and real-world logic blur. What is the consequence of living in a state of digital hallucination? One major consequence is alienation, from nature, from genuine human relationships, and even from oneself. When your mind is filled with synthetic experiences, it becomes harder to find meaning in ordinary moments. Simple joys like a walk in the park, a real conversation, or reading a physical book can seem boring compared to the hyper-stimulated digital reality. This weakens your connection to the organic, slow, beautiful rhythm of real life. Another consequence is manipulation. When your perception is easily altered by images, headlines, and virtual experiences, you become vulnerable to control. Corporations, governments, and other powerful entities can nudge public opinion, shape consumer behavior, and even influence elections, not by force, but by weaving compelling digital hallucinations that people willingly accept as truth. It is crucial to remember that your mind is the ultimate battlefield. What you see, believe, and act upon determines your destiny. If your reality is hijacked by artificial inputs, you lose sovereignty over your life. Protecting your mental space becomes as important as protecting your physical body. So what can we do about it? First, cultivate digital literacy. Understand that not everything you see online is real. Approach information with healthy skepticism. Before reacting emotionally to content, ask, is this real? Who benefits from me believing this? Second, reclaim your attention. Attention is your most valuable resource. Spend it wisely. Limit your time on addictive platforms. Take regular breaks from screens. Engage more with the physical world, nature, art, face-to-face conversations. Rewire your brain for presence rather than endless stimulation. Third, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness means being aware of the present moment without judgment. When you are mindful, you become less susceptible to manipulation because you notice when something feels off. You observe your emotional reactions without getting swept away by them. Fourth, seek out authentic experiences. Real friendships, real adventures, real learning, these nourish your spirit in ways that digital experiences cannot replicate. Ground yourself in activities that involve your body, senses, and soul. Fifth, create consciously. Technology is not inherently evil. It is a tool. Use it mindfully. Create content that uplifts, educates, and connects people. Refuse to add to the noise of digital hallucinations. Build digital spaces that honor truth, beauty, and authenticity. In conclusion, digital hallucinations are not science fiction. They are already here, shaping how billions of people see the world. The challenge of our time is not just technological but spiritual: how to stay awake in a world designed to put us to sleep. How to anchor ourselves in truth when illusions are more seductive. How to use technology as a bridge to human flourishing rather than as a cage of deception. The future will belong not to those who consume the most information, but to those who can discern the real from the fake, the essential from the trivial, the true from the manipulated. Train your mind. Guard your perception. Nourish your soul. In doing so, you reclaim your power to live not a hallucinated life, but a real one. Thank you for joining me on this profound journey. If this video inspired you or opened your eyes in any way, do like, share, and comment your thoughts below. Together, let's stay conscious, stay human, and stay free in the age of digital illusions. See you in the next video.